Rise and shine. It's a beautiful day. You see, the illusion of every other morning is that we have another day, yay, to fulfill our dreams and our ambitions. It also shows us that we have a lot of time. Unfortunately, this is the illusion of time. This is what Albert Einstein called time is an illusion. And when you look at so many opportunities and so many times in our life, we actually end up losing on time just simply because we didn't make time. We didn't make time to make our bed, so we lost on that. Now in the evening, we have to lay on it the way we left it in the morning. In our previous episode, I talked about how I lost time with a friend, how we cancelled on each other because we were busy with this life. Quote unquote, busy, I say. Because when you look at it, no matter how busy we are with our lives, we do make time for the most important things in our lives. Our priorities do count. No matter how busy one is, one has to create time to rest. One has to create time either to eat. One has to create time to do the most important things in their lives. But what happens when you do not take time in making time for those important things? We end up losing on time. I know I might seem as if I'm beating myself because I lost a friend, and probably maybe one conversation will have led to something else, and maybe my friend will have not been gone, but I lost on time. Should I pity myself? I feel as if I do. But as they say, in every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. And in this opportunity, I am taking cognizant of the fact that this is not just a season to come and go, but a season to learn, a season to appreciate that there is something I can learn, one or two things that I can learn and probably share with you. You see, in this opportune time in our lifetime, we have the most connected generation in the whole wild world. We're the most connected human beings that have ever walked on this face of earth, ever. From internet, social media, and even the great transportation systems, we will take less time to connect to a friend, not only on Zoom, but even physically, which I consider one of the best ways to connect with a friend. Do we take this as an opportunity for us to build better and even strong friendships? How intentional are we in building these friendships? You see, we have the opportunity to build on friendships, but unfortunately, the quote-unquote busy lifestyles that we have put on ourselves are making us create a somehow that friendship is not a priority in our lives. Have I sucked at being a friend? I know most of us even suck at even making friends. Friendship is one of the most key basic skill that one has to learn in this life for survival. As human beings, we exist because of this one thing, our relationships. And at the back of our relationships is built up in friendships. Let's face it, our workmates are not our friends. Sometimes even our family members are not our friends, That's why I believe working on friendship and even building the skill of making friends and even keeping friends is one integral part of our lives, is one of those skills that one should hold so dear, because a friend is one great important part of your life. And losing one might just feel, I just lost that one. Probably I'm going to get another one. I don't know how many of us can call a friend and be like, yo, I got this deal. You remember how we worked hard on this deal? I have been looking for this opportunity for the last 5 years, and you've walked with me through this journey. And here we are. We have been able to crack on this deal, on this opportunity. Just take an audit with your life. In the last 5 or 10 years, how many friends have you made? And up until today, you either catch up on them, either on a weekly basis, bi-weekly basis, or they are constant in your life. And by constant, I mean they literally know everything and anything that goes about in your life. That is a challenge to myself. This is a silver lining that I'm taking as a lesson in this moment, in this season, because I have seen it work against me. Sometimes I am surrounded with so many people, but I feel so lonely. And one will say, Dan, don't worry. You see, it's lonely at the top. Yes, all of us are chasing this ladder, trying to rise in any field that they are in. And they are reminded it's lonely at the top. But I don't think life is made to be that way. No matter how busy we are, no matter how crazy our schedules are, no matter how demanding our jobs may be, there's always time that has to be made for our friends. There always has to be that 1, 2, 20 minutes that you need to make for you to build and cultivate on our friendships. I know it's a skill that one has to learn, and one has to accept that you have to build on it each and every other day. But I believe it's a very important and integral skill that one has to have. How many friends do you really have? And here we have to differentiate between acquaintances and friends. Probably your neighbor whom you talk with every other single day is not your friend. The people that you chat on social media, maybe not your friends. Even your followers on Instagram or your friends on Facebook, they are not your real friends. These are people who you share moments with. That's why on Instagram you just share stories, but you do not go deep down to tell that story where it came from. We have this thing on our social media called highlights. We only highlight the best part of our stories, but you can't tell every other moment that has brought us to this one moment. And that's why friendships are important, because they are there with you. They can stack in with the mud together with you, and when you come out, you have a moment of celebration, a true moment of celebration, because these people or this person or this friend has seen you down the drain, inside the trenches, together with you. And here you are at the end of the tunnel. You're celebrating this light together with them. They can tell the story because they can see this glory, but they know the story where it came from. I do believe that there's one thing that we really need to work on is our friendships. I know it might be costly. It might cost you a lot of uncomfortableness. But this one thing will help you a step in the right direction in this world. You see, in most of these suicide notes that probably I've had an opportunity to read from other people, either in their books or through the internet, there's one common thread in all of them. They felt as if they are alone. And in this world of connectivity, we can't be alone. There's no way you can say you're alone. And especially if you have friends. Create that environment. Cultivate on your friendships. Build up on your friendships. Allow yourself to be vulnerable in front of your friendships. Build up on them. Is it a challenge to me? Oh, hell yeah. I am not a good friend, but I am willing to build that skill of making friends, keeping friends, and building on friendships. There's no need that a friend of mine will write on their suicide note that I felt alone. There is no need for me to once again do another audio or do another podcast to say, I lost time with a friend. I do believe time is an illusion. Let's build on those friendships now. Let's build on those relationships now. Because if we don't make time, we will lose on it altogether. Till next time, have a beautiful one and create time for your friendships. Peace.